The Bishop Arts District is home to over 60 independent boutiques, restaurants, bars, coffee shops, theaters, and art galleries. Located in the heart of North Oak Cliff, which some call South Dallas, it considers itself to be one of Dallas's most unique neighborhoods. The Bishop Arts District is made up of many independently owned shops and eateries that maintain various hours. But business wasn't always booming. In the 1920s, the area was developed as warehouses and shops. But the loss of sizable tenants and some neighborhood demographic changes that occurred in the 1970s hindered the economic growth, and the Bishop Arts District began declining. In the early 80s, Jim Lake, an affluent developer, saw the area as a gold mine and began buying up old properties and abandoned storefronts. Throughout the 90s, with the help of Jim Lake, the Bishop Arts became what it is today. Austin and I took a trip to the BA this week and spoke to some business owners and their employees to see what they felt about the change and how they perceived the area.
Yeah, it's always been a pretty diverse, eclectic neighborhood. Lots of artists, lots of galleries, different restaurants. I mean, you pick a cuisine, there's Italian, Thai, Greek, Mexican, Cuban, French. I mean, it's pretty much got it all. Yeah, it's very diverse. A lot of artists, a lot of young families, professionals, the hospital district. We got the courthouse not far, so we've got a good mix of blue collar, white collar, all.
I will say it tends to be more higher income, middle class. Not so much in the past. There was a lot more working class people that hang out here. So the income bracket has definitely gone up as far as the actual Bishop Arts District itself. But as far as any type of racial diversity, I think it's probably about the same. Well, I wouldn't even say about the same. It's probably a little bit more diverse as far as racial makeup, but income is definitely different.
Definitely the last year, I'd say. I mean, you look around, the construction in the area, they're tearing down some older buildings, and hopefully what they're replacing it with is something that fits in with the neighborhood, because we're not a cookie cutter neighborhood. It is pretty unique. But yeah, it's a destination spot, so we're running out of room, running out of parking.
There's actually been quite a bit of change in the last few years. When we first opened up here, this was kind of like a boutique, market, I guess. There's about 12 businesses in here, and everybody had a booth basically. We started off when we first came here. None of the businesses here now were here on this block. The only one that was Whitehall Exchange. They had just opened up maybe 6 months before we came here, and we had some different boutiques on the way up. And then on the end here, where Parker Bar is, we had a curandera, like a medicine man type shop. And then same thing across the way. Their stores basically. And while they had good clientele, they weren't selling enough volume to appeal to, you're getting a lot more tourists in this part of town, a lot more higher income stuff coming here. And then how the neighborhood changes, we hope it always changes for the best. We're on the side of discouraging some of the more, what we would consider irresponsible developments. Some of the gentrification is, I think, irresponsible to the neighborhood as far as not respecting people that live in Oak Cliff, in favor of trying to bring in more higher income housing, high-end apartment complexes. There's people that want to just tear down blocks of residential homes, in favor of a 4, 5, 6-story, whatever.
And in this neighborhood, kind of, who's the majority of people that live in this part of Oak Cliff?
It's pretty mixed. This part of Oak Cliff is probably mostly Hispanic, but you still have a lot of African Americans. As far as Hispanics, you have a lot of Mexicans and El Salvadorians. Still, even that, mostly Mexican, or Hispanics that are 2, 3, 4, 5 generations. And there's a lot of stuff that, and I'm not an expert by any means, but there's been a lot of accounts of some shady stuff going on with whether or not people are getting fair prices for their land and their classes and things like that.
These interviews, we learned that the Bishop Arts hasn't always been as popular as it is now. We've learned that gentrification has caused both the area to grow and also diminish. We'd like to thank both Marco and Anne-Marie for just taking the time out of their day and letting us know how they feel about the Bishop Arts. Thank you for watching. We hope you learned something new.